everybody, Styx here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another episode of Styx versus the Top of the Ladder. This time I am in RU against Geezer. But this is a new team that I've been trying out ever since the Zoroarchy and Mega bans, and it's actually working out really well. You may notice that I have 3 fighting types on this team. It actually hasn't been a problem that I've had 3 fighting types, so but looking at this guy's team, he has 3 Psychics and a Ghost, so we'll see how that plays out. I lead with my Cobalion, like I always do, and he leads with his Heliolisk. Now, I know a Volt Switch is coming. I really don't think he's going to predict this early and go for a Focus Blast. I think he's just going to go for a safe Volt Switch, which I know I can live, and he does, and reveals that he's Life Orb, so that's good information to know. Now, stupidly, I go for the Stealth Rocks, forgetting that there was a Xatu. That was rather unfortunate. But, so this time I have rocks all around my team now. So right here, my Cobalion's just going to go for a Volt Switch. I get a crit, which is very nice on the Xatu, but you will see that it doesn't matter later, as I just go into my Gligar, because I know that nothing he can do can really hurt me, because I have the Eviolite. Now, a Choice Specs Psychic would probably really hurt, but this Heat Wave does almost nothing, revealing that he is not Specs. And right here, I'm just going to go for the Defog, get rid of the rocks that I put on my side of the field as he goes into his Banette, which is a very obviously Mega Banette. Now right here, because he hasn't Mega Evolved yet, he does not have Prankster, meaning I can get a Taunt off with my Gligar, and that essentially shuts down the Banette for until the Taunt wears off at least. But right now, I know a knockoff's probably coming my way, but I have him taunted. I may as well just try to get some damage off. And I do a decent chunk as he does knock off my Eviolite. However, this Gligar is bulky enough to where it can function pretty well without its Eviolite. Now, considering how low I am, I've just decided to go for the Roost to get back up to full, as his Xatu does come back out. So I just decide to switch into my Meloetta, because I think that I can take whatever Xatu wants to dish at me, but he just goes for the U-turn, which does a pretty good chunk to my Meloetta, which is highly unfortunate, as he just goes back into his Heliolisk. Now right here, I know that Meloetta has good enough special defense to take whatever Heliolisk wants to do, so I just decide to go for a U-turn. Yeah, that's right, I run a U-turn on my Choice Specs Meloetta. It is actually very, very useful in many situations. Like right here, I get priority, and I decide to go into my Hitmonlee to try to KO with a knockoff. Now right here, I'm pretty sure a high jump kick would be an Oko, but I don't want him going into his Mega Banette, and me just getting half my health taken away from missing. As he goes for the Gyro Ball, luckily, I live with 21%, not 20, meaning I can get 2 more hits off, as I am able to KO the Bronzong. And this play right here, I don't know if he was trying to bluff or what, because his Xatu comes in, and I'm just able to straight up KO it with a knockoff, meaning I'm able to get my rocks up at any point that I want. Now that was pretty questionable. And right here, he took a while. I was trying to figure out what he was going to do. I knew that he couldn't switch into his Banette, his Gallade, or his Bouffalant because something on his team would take a huge hit. I thought that his best play would be to go into Heliolisk and then hard switch out into Gallade on the predicted Mach Punch. And as we can see, that is exactly what he does. I have no reason to overpredict, because even though it will be resisted, Mach Punch will still do a good chunk to Gallade, even though it's resisted. I still am Adamant Life Orb, and my Hitmonlee unfortunately goes down right here. However, now that his Gallade's out, I am able to switch into my Meloetta and just fire off a Psychic. I could go for a Shadow Ball, but he has 2 immunities to it, and I know that he's probably going to switch into one of those. So I just go for the Psychic right now. Even if the Gallade had stayed in, it would have done a nice chunk. Granted, I would have lost my Meloetta, but it still would have been a very nice chunk. Plus, as you can see here, it 2-KOs everything else on his team. Probably would have even Oko'd the Heliolisk if he tried to switch in. But his Bouffalant just goes down without doing anything at all, which is fantastic. His Heliolisk comes in. I know that a Volt Switch is coming. Unfortunately, I can't go into my Gligar because he is Life Orb and will be able to nail me with a Surf, and at that point it'd just be a bunch of stupid switching and predictions and blah blah blah. No one wants to see that. But now, since he did kill me with Volt Switch, I get to see what he switches in as he goes into his Banette. Right here, I'm predicting that he's going to taunt, so I'm just going to go straight for the Volt Switch to get some more damage off on this Mega Banette. And I'm going to go into my Virizion, who, yes, even though it is a special attacker, I have a Lumberry, so I will be able to take the Wisp, lum it off, and just fire a Leaf Blade back at it to where I think it might be able to KO. I'm not sure, depending on his investment. Unfortunately, it comes close, but doesn't quite do the job, so that Banette is still alive and kicking. And I don't want to get burned, so I'm just going to go out into my Cobalion right now as he reveals that he has Pain Split. This Banette just got infinitely more annoying. Now, right here, I just completely... I am reading this guy pretty well right now, and I'm hoping to keep it up, because I know that he's probably not going to go for the taunt, because I went for Will-O-Wisp last time, or Volt Switch, rather. So I just go for the taunt on his Banette, which shuts it down, and I know he doesn't want to go for the knockoff on my Cobalion, so I just decided to go for the rocks right here, get some good residual damage going, as he goes into his Gallade. Now, this play coming up right here, I'm just sacking my Cobalion. I don't know what type of Gallade this is. If it's AV, then taunting would be useless, but I don't want him setting up a Swords Dance or Bulk Up or anything, so I just decide to go for the taunt. It is revealed that he does go for the Swords Dance, which was fantastic. And even though my Cobalion is burned and at 18%, I'm not going to sack it yet, because I think I can get a little more use out of it with that Banette. So I just decided to Volt Switch out, go into my Gligar, who can take whatever hit Gallade wants to throw at it. I think I might even be able to take one Ice Punch, maybe not, probably not, because I don't have my Eviolite anymore. Yeah, definitely not, considering how much that Zen Headbutt did. But right here, I just go for the Earthquake as he doesn't have Ice Punch, so I will be able to 2-KO this Gallade or get a hard hit off on his Heliolisk or Banette. Actually, it would be able to KO his Heliolisk and Banette, so he has no reason to switch out. And my Gligar is just sitting in here chilling, doing work as he goes into his Heliolisk. I have no reason to save anything on my to save my Gligar for anything, so I just let it die right here as Heliolisk takes a little more damage. Now, I have a bit of a predicament right here. I will be able to KO the Heliolisk with, I think, anything on my team. Cobalion I don't want to switch in because it will just be outsped and killed, and Virizion and Slowking will both take a hit but still be at relatively good health for the Mega Banette. But I don't want it pain splitting any health back up, so I'm just going to go into my Slowking right now, and after the hit I'll probably be at around 40%, which is just enough for that Mega Banette to get some health back. So I'll probably just have to switch into my Cobalion and maybe play around with that. But I know, like I said, that I can take a hit with my Slowking as he gets a crit, which I actually really, really like that he got, because I am able to KO his Heliolisk, and his Banette will just have to kill me. It can't get off any health with Pain Split. Now, right here, it's at 21%. I checked back up, and unfortunately, I cannot kill with a Volt Switch at this point, but I'm pretty sure that I have him in an almost checkmate position, because my Cobalion can come in. He cannot Pain Split health back because I'm actually at lower health than him, and I will outspeed his attacks but underspeed his status. So I'll be able to get a Volt Switch off, go into my Virizion, and just have him at game right here, because right here I outspeed, meaning he is going for an attacking move. So I go into my Virizion as he gets the knockoff, and I get to +1. And right here, it is GG, because even if he Pain Splits back up, a +1 Leaf Blade will definitely be able to KO the Banette, and if he Wisps at 6%, there is no chance it would live. And so I'm just able to hit it with a +1 Leaf Blade and KO, and that will be the game. Looking at his ranking, he was at 1467, which was good enough to be, I think it was, what was it? It was 25th on the ladder. I was on tilt right now. I got up to, I think, 36th, but I had lost a couple battles, so I was down back at 1415, but I think I'm back. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And this is Styx, signing out. Why not? See you guys.